Hey guys, welcome to Test This Tech, and today I wanted to show you guys a newer mobile controller that I got for my phone. This is the same one, it's the S21 FE, and this is the controller that I'm reviewing. It's kind of a crazy name, the Dongblitz. I ordered this from Amazon. This is about $40, the Gambling Dongblitz. I'm at a loss for words as to why that's named that, but this is a mobile controller. The adaptation of this is very similar to a GameSir 8 Galileo. Okay, so one of the nice things about this that I really like, and this is kind of what I like to, this is what I like to look at when it comes to features for mobile controllers. One of them, obviously, comfortable grip. This feels really comfortable. And I used to have the Galileo 8 or the GameSir 8 Galileo. I ended up returning it because there was a firmware issue with it where my gameplay would speed up exponentially for like every so often, and it was just I couldn't use it. I couldn't use it. I was losing matches and all that stuff. So this has a very similar form factor. It's actually a very comfortable controller. Feels like a standardized Xbox controller, what have you. Almost. The plastic is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's as quality as like an Xbox controller, but it's really, really close. This is $40, by the way. So if you were to consider the GameSir 8 Galileo, that's $80. So just to put that into perspective. But obviously you have the offset analog sticks, which I prefer. Pretty quiet buttons for the most part. D-pad's pretty clicky, and one of the features that I was saying before I talked about the buttons is a charge port and a headphone adapter, or being able to plug in your 3.5 headphones. So basically, if you're at home, you don't want to wake up the wife or what have you, and you still want to play some games, this is a great way where you can plug in the headphones and still play. And then this is a USB-C connected. Okay, so just to eliminate as much latency as possible, I just really dig the USB Type-C controllers. So obviously not every opportunity you'll be able to do that depending on what you're putting into this, but I like the USB Type-C. So yeah, one caveat on this. The only thing I don't like about this controller is that this USB charging port, it does not accept fast charging. So if you have a fast charging charger for your phone, it is going to first say it's fast charging, and then it'll switch to say that it's not. So this is, for example, I plugged this into charge, and it showed 46 minutes until completely charged, and then it switched to an hour and 46 minutes. So there's something wrong with the port, or just the port itself. It just doesn't, it's not built for fast charging. It's probably something to do with the amount of amps or watts that are going into it. It just doesn't accept it. So that's probably one of the main downsides of this controller, is that it doesn't accept fast charging as you're plugging this in. So you have to take this out, obviously, to charge it. But as far as for the buttons, they feel pretty good. D-pad is very clicky. Some people like that. It's actually the same clickiness or sound or feeling and sound. It's just as loud as the GameSir 8 Galileo. So that's when I kind of calmed down about it. I wasn't too much irritated about it, just because the controller that's just is twice as expensive is just as loud. Analog sticks are pretty nice. They're full size analog sticks, pretty much. They have a decent amount of travel to them. Yeah, I think they're pretty solid. Buttons are relatively quiet. Not super clicky, so I do like that. Yeah, very silent. Triggers, kind of a different story. Well, the triggers specifically, not the shoulder buttons. The triggers are actually really quiet. When it comes to the triggers, it's not the most comfortable thing as far as being able to put your fingers all the way over them. You kind of have to adjust how you hold the controller. But if you're just kind of pressing on the side, that is where it's not that much of an issue. So if you're trying to hold it in this form factor, you can just use the side of your finger, to just press into the shoulder buttons. So that'd be something I'd recommend there. But I mean, the form factor is really solid on this. I mean, it's really nice, very, very comfortable. right? Very, very comfortable. The end of my fingers here, the pinky ring finger, they can wrap around here. So it's just a nice fit. It's a really solid fit. It looks like it switches from digital to analog triggers as well when it comes to the setup here. And these light up when you plug in to charge it. It's just really no nonsense. It's a no nonsense controller, and it actually does a pretty decent job. Again, $40. If you're interested, I'll put the link into the description. But I'll let people, ask me that, because I don't know if people want to mess with this. But this is a nice controller. I think it's pretty solid. As far as for what it can stand, if it can just do the phone or the tablet, it can basically take up to 7 inches. So if you have like an iPad mini, or obviously like a small Android tablet, it looks like it can reach up to an iPad mini pretty much. So if I were to stretch this all the way out, this is as far as it goes. So I think it will take an iPad mini. But I tried plugging in my iPad 11. Unfortunately, it did not fit. And it seemed like it was, that amount of inches off. So there you have it. Again, this is the crazy controller name. The Dongblitz, gambling Dongblitz mobile gaming controller. I recommend it. I think for $40, having something where you can plug in your headphones. It is a USB-C direct plug-in, so no lowest latency you can get. And you can charge it, maybe not fast charging, but you can charge it without taking the device out. I think it's a win. Anyway, test this tech. Catch you guys next video.